Hello, everyone. Another Green Healing Show. And we are with Valerie White. She's registered nurse, over 15 years, certified acupressure therapist, and she has lots of other certification right now. She's working as a coach as well. So I just want to go to the detail. She's here with us, and I really wish to know what is her story and how she can help you. Hi, Valerie. Welcome to my show.
Hello. Such an honor to be on your show, Pantea. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for creating such a platform, because this is so helpful to so many. And all of the things that you highlight, perhaps people don't even get to know without such a platform. So thank you for the opportunity to share and for all you're doing to bring awareness and bring other modalities that people don't usually get to hear about. Great work.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Yeah, today we're going to talk about stress. I forgot to put the topic there, but her topic is stress is dangerous. Of course it is. But we're going to dig into it and see why it's dangerous and how we can recover and live less stress life.
Okay, well, a little bit about my background then. Really, my story starts very early age, when I was only about 7 or 8 years old. My family life was hard. We had very little money, and family life, there was trauma in my early life, and I don't really want to go down that route at this point. But I also had hearing problems. And with having hearing problems, it meant that I had inner ear trouble, which took me in and out of hospital several times. I had a lot of major surgery to my ears. And because of the what was going on at home, there wasn't a lot of space for love. Although my mother is very loving, I'm very close to her, there was a lot going on in my early life that meant that she didn't have the time or the energy or the facilities to give a lot of love and care. So by going in and out of hospital, that's where I discovered what love really was, because those nurses, they were so caring and so loving. And I just knew that that was my path. That was what I wanted to do. But having hearing problems, I didn't thrive in school. I used to sit myself to the back of the class, and we're going back to the 60s and 70s. So I'm not giving my age away, but, it was a long time ago. And I used to go and hide at the back of the class and just daydream my whole school life away. I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to know. I was frightened because I didn't understand. So I was always just very timid, frightened child. And in those days, teachers were quite strict. So I didn't want to put myself forward for anything at all. So I daydreamed my whole school life away, and then come to school leaving, had no qualifications whatsoever. And we come to the careers advice and, what do you want to do, Valerie? Well, Valerie knew exactly what she wanted to do. What she was going to do was be a nurse. And only then did they say, well, I don't think that's going to be possible for you, because you don't have the qualifications to apply. And also you've got a hearing problem. And I was so shocked, because only now they recognize I have a hearing problem, when they should have been recognizing all through my school life and making me learn. However, I left and I went into office work reluctantly, and eventually on my third attempt at applying, so I had to leave office work and go back into school for a year to get the qualifications, and then apply for nurse training, and was turned down twice. So only on my third attempt was I accepted into nurse training. So that was absolutely wonderful. And I worked as a nurse successfully and loved every minute, until my final year in nursing, when so much had changed and the caring was no longer really allowed. It was all go, 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 get the cleaning done, get this done, get the paperwork done. And I didn't fit that box anymore. So with great reluctance, I left that career and went into my creative side. So I did a bit of cake decorating. I had my own business in sugarcraft where I was teaching and demonstrating. And it was quite good until my husband became seriously ill. So that became too heavy. We had created a set of cake finishing tools, which were selling worldwide. But he was now quite ill and I had to spend a lot of time with him. So running that business was just too heavy for me. So I had to move on. And after a year of loneliness and grieving after I lost my husband in 2014, my friend introduced me to bioresonance. And then again, this was healthcare. This was helping people. This sparked me up again. I was on fire back into this. So because I'd had a successful cake decorating business and sugarcraft, I was chairman of the northern branch of Sugarcraft Guild and had these tools that were selling worldwide, and it was quite successful. I was teaching and demonstrating and loving it, but it was now too heavy. So now I found bioresonance. Because I had the funding from the business, which had thrived and done so well, I now had the money to create my own health and wellness centre, which is what I did. This past year, the centre has been mainly closed because of COVID, but only 3 years ago, I discovered Ness Health, and Ness Health and their scanning technology is absolutely amazing, because now it's not down to my interpretation of what's going wrong with the client. I now see it on the screen as to where their priorities for their health are needed. So I'm able to look at the screens with the Ness Health, and the Ness Health scanning system is just so amazing. And especially at this time of COVID, when we can't have contact, what you do is you open an account with Ness, which gives you access to the scanning technology, which allows you to do a scan of your whole energetic body system, scans over 400 points in your body, cross-matching them several times to bring up priorities. And it's done only using your voice. So it's a voice scan, which means now that I can give people a link where they can open their account, they do a voice scan, which takes literally 10 seconds. You count into your device microphone, it sends the scan to me. I can open it up so that you can see the screens. Then we get together on a Zoom call and go through what the scan is actually showing.
So, Valerie, before we get there, I have a lot of questions. First of all, I'm really impressed by what you did. You are a creator, because that's interesting for the cake decoration. Being in software engineering for years and programming for me was great. I love the challenge, but on the other hand, I always thought there should be something that after years uh, I can still use it and enjoy it, because programming needs lots of thinking and challenge. And after some time, if it's your work, it's good if it's your job. But if you work for someone else, after some time, projects and overdue, due projects, everything make you so tired. So that's why I was really looking for something. Around our place, there was a lady working in her workshop, and she had a cake decorating workshop. I joined and I really, really enjoyed it, because it's kind of creating something out of um, floors, right? It's amazing, and I really enjoy those creativity, and I exactly understand what you're saying. And you created your own business, and you knew how to create a business, and as entrepreneur you were really successful. So I have another question, which is getting back to your hearing issue. As you said, do you still have it, or how did you recover from it?
My recovery is mainly due to wanting to know now. I felt like I was deaf, and I had a huge degree of deafness and a lot of surgery. I have about 60% hearing loss in my left ear and about 40% hearing loss in my right ear. This is on, when you do the hearing tests. So I wear a hearing aid in my right ear. They offered one in my left ear also, but I found that because the degree of loss was so great, that the amplification had to be huge, so it created distortion. So I found it easier to not wear the hearing aid in the left ear and only in the right ear, so that the amplification is not so great. And now I have trained myself to tune into voices and tune into things. Where I do struggle is in large groups of people. If there's a lot of things going on, then I can't focus and I can't zoom in. But in the main, people don't realize that I have a hearing problem.
I didn't realize it. If you didn't tell me, I'd never know, right? Beautiful. So, uh, wow. We have a comment here. Dr. Adrian Lara says, "True stress can cause cancer as well." Right, because we are talking about the stress today.
Yes.
We're gonna go back here to our topic. How this stress actually work in your ward? I know you had a stress because of your health issue and you couldn't get where you want to go. And what do you recommend to my audience to recover from it?
Okay, that's a very, very good and very involved question. There's a lot to that. Stress. What is it? It's something that's creating discord within your body, and your body is energetic. So it's feeling something different. And when it's feeling discord and not right, then it turns on hormones to deal with that. Now, in today's world, many people, that hormone is not being switched off. So that's what's creating the problems. It's the production of the hormone, which is the adrenaline and cortisol, which are quite inflammatory, really. So when that's running all the time, it's creating inflammation in your body. And the inflammation, this is what can cause disease and disorder. And yes, certainly it. Now, cancer is something that when you get that diagnosis, you haven't just got it that day. It's taken a long time to get there. And there's a lot been going on in your system, and your system's been trying and trying and trying. But until you get to the root cause and switch off those stress hormones and start eating the right food and start moving in the right way, so that we've got the flow back again and we're giving the nutrients to the body and the stress hormones are turned down and we can have a bit of relaxation and deeper sleep, they all matter when it comes to your health. So stress is huge.
And we have another comment. Stress puts the body into a fight and flight situation that is not sustainable, right?
That is
And she also said you can't lose weight if you are stressed or if you have insomnia. Exactly, sleep different.
absolutely right. You cannot be in rest and digest and fight and flight at the same time. It's all to do with your nervous system. And we've got the nervous system is either in sympathetic dominance, which is the fight or flight, and you cannot heal. You cannot lose weight. You cannot heal. There's nothing, because your body is fighting all the time. It's creating these stress hormones. Or it can be in parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest, which gives the body time to heal. So you're not sleeping because the hormones are running continuously, and your head's overactive, and there's just nothing settling down. So you're not getting that healing phase.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna come back in few seconds. We have a little break and come back.
Fine.
Yes. Please subscribe to Pantea Kalhor Transition channel and order my book Naturally Conceived through Amazon. Thank you for watching. All right, now we are back here with great comments and great guests, and we're gonna go through this NES, right? Tell me about this. How can you recognize from the voice? I can understand this. How can you recognize why the voice is so important to recognize the energy level and other factors?
Okay. Well, when we think about now today's technology, we use the voice for Alexa, for the doorbell, to switch the TV on, to shut the curtains. So our voice obviously carries into the technology.
Mm-hmm.
How does it bring up a scan and identify what is going on in your body and your energetic system? Is because the voice is part of your energetic system. It starts off down deep. It's a flow, it's an airflow that is connected and produced by the energy within your body. You need energy to speak. So it's got that information, it's carrying the information from your energetic body. So because of the matching system that was done by Peter Fraser. Peter Fraser started off as in acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. He was an Australian, and he'd spent many, many years, probably 20 more years, working on what is the meridian system? What is this energy that's in your body? How do these needles create such a difference in people's lives? So he started matching. Now, I don't know how and all of the ins and outs of that, but I don't feel as though I need to know how. I've seen the proof of the science, but it was done by a guy called Peter Fraser. He later met a guy called Harry Massey, and Harry suffered with chronic fatigue, and he was bedridden for almost 8 years, I believe. And he couldn't find a doctor that would give him any answers to his problems, not in the traditional medical world or the complementary medical world. He couldn't find anybody. So it was his sort of drive to find a system, something. I've got a body like everyone else. Why am I suffering so? And he was trying to do his university course from his bed. And quite often, his colleagues came and took him in a wheelchair to certain classes, but mainly he did it from his bed. So he met Peter Fraser. And when you think Peter Fraser was Australian, Harry Massey was English. So from the other sides of the world, these two guys came together. And I think Harry was more the technology side and the coding and things, which he was using Peter's matching, and together they created what is now Ness Health. So all the matching of body energy systems and what works, that's all. The science and the technology is all there. I have a book actually called Decoding the Human Body Field, which goes into all of the science. So it's there, but I don't understand it fully enough, and especially in such a short time, to try and explain that. But because these two guys came together, this is when Ness Health was born, and it was born in, I believe, 2002. So it's not brand new. And all this time, they've seen so much developments. Because first of all, it was a hand scanner. You had to buy the hand scanner. You put your hand on and it would scan. And they were working on the voice scan, knowing that this would work. And this came about, really, it was pushed forward and brought to reality because of COVID, because so many practitioners now weren't able to see their clients in their centres, in their office with the hand scanner. So they're now able to offer voice scan, and a lot of it is now done online, which is, freed us up, and it's given so much opportunity to so many more people.
So this way, actually, we can reduce stress, because it can show you which part of your body has problem, and then reduce stress, because stress is not only anger or emotional stress. It can be physical stress, it can be whatever forced to you out of the nature.
Yeah, well, it could be just that you're not getting enough water, so your body's crying for it. It's stressing.
Yes,
It could be
but
that
just
you're eating too much junk food. You're not giving it the right thing.
exactly.
It's all
So
stress.
just let my audience know that I don't know about this system, but you can try it. That's your option, and I have no idea. We just wanna show you how it works, and then it's your option to use it or not. So
Absolutely.
this is it. You can let me go to the first one. Uh,
Yeah. So
okay,
this is the first screen, and it's
energy source, right?
yes, energy source. This is how your body's working with its environment. So this is external and internal environment. So it'll show you if your diet, or if you're drinking enough, or if you need to move more, if you need to get outside more, if your sleep's good, all of these things. It's a prioritizing system. So the more dots that are highlighted on the bottom of each of those 4 squares, the higher the priority. So
Okay.
to the next screen.
Yes, then we go to
Yeah.
energy strengths. So
Oh,
what is it?
this one is actually the cells in your body. So all of the names that are down in the screen there tells you where your body is needing the most support. Now, it's not to say that there is an absolute problem within that area. It's to say that at this point in time, it's the highest priority that your body would need some support in that particular area. So in this particular case, we've got the last one on the left-hand side, which is actually skin. So skin is not optimal at the minute. So we can do things to actually help that. It might be the products that you're using. It might be what you're eating. It might be that you're not having enough sunlight. There's so many things that we can look through. So because I do coaching, we look at all of the issues from a holistic point of view. We look at your sleep and your exercise and your diet and your stress levels, your lifestyle, and we go through it all. What products you're using, beauty products, cleaning products, everything. And we'll just pare down and pare down to see what changes we can make as time goes on. Okay. Then we've got another screen, which is the flow. And this is the space between the cells. It's where the cells are getting their information from. So this is closely related to the Chinese meridian system, which is the energy flow system. So this is, although it's got names, sort of kidney and liver and all of that, it's not related to the organ itself, but the kidney meridian, which is the meridian energy flow system nearest to that particular organ. So there's quite a lot showing up in there, but it just means there's distortions somewhere within that flow system. So those particular organs that are on that flow system are not receiving the information really as best they could. Now, if you click on any of those, if you click on that,
Purple one. Okay.
yes, all of them will show you. You've got health files down the side of the screen, which are Therefore, the client, you get this at home, and you're able to look at all of these help files so that you can work through it yourself until your next scan and consultation to see, what is going on. And you go through it with a practitioner to find out. We work through it together.
It's like this person have some problem with nose and lung. Let's
Well,
see.
there's numbers on there, and I can't actually see the numbers. It's quite small, but the numbers, it's not that they're zeros. The numbers you're looking for are four. Four is the highest number. So if it's
Uh-huh.
four showing, then you would need to think, why is that? And it's just dense energy in that area.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is this? Look within.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to look within. What we've got at the minute is the first four down the side, where
Which one?
the dots are. You've got the first four have got none in, the top four. The very top four. Up, 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 up,
This
up,
one?
up, up again. Up. Those first four. 1, 2, 3, 4. That have got no dots highlighted. But if you click on that first one, you can see this is where dense energy is being stored. And this is to do with your emotions and your stress levels, because it's the mind-body screen. So what we're looking for in this screen is high numbers. And you've got the help files down the side, and that will be on all four of those. When you click on each one of them, it'll give you those numbers. So what you're looking for is fours to see
Overwhelmed.
where the dense energy is stored. So if you've got dense energy, this could go on to create physical problems within those areas. So you have the help files down the side. And if there's something that's coming up that you recognize, then there is affirmations as well. So you can sit with that and feel, yes, that I do recognize that. It's your body trying to protect you from past experiences which you has like felt as trauma or
Yeah, because trauma is always the root cause of so many issues in the body.
so many. Yes, and sometimes we don't even know because it's from childhood. And if sort of something happened and you were next to your grandma who had lavender perfume on, wherever you smell lavender, your body stresses out. It doesn't want you to go there because it feels that stress. Or if you were in a room that had green walls, you see that color green, you're in this green wall, and you think, I'm uncomfortable in this room and I don't really know why. And it's because something earlier on has happened and your body's trying to protect you. So it's
And it
also,
gives you,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I
yeah.
interrupt. Sorry.
The last one is the recommendations. And the recommendations are the NES remedies, which come in small bottles like this. They're drops of pure mineral water. There's mineral salts and water in. And what they've done is they've used the frequency that are optimal for certain cell types and flow types, and they've imprinted it into the mineral water. We know water does carry memory. So now by using 15 drops in a glass of water once a day, you're actually feeding that into the energetic system that's feeding into the cells that are shouting for the most help right now. So we're restoring life at a cellular level through energetic frequencies.
Okay, great. Can I hide it now? Yeah, we go back here. All right. Yeah, that can be the way. Actually, all the factors are important. Rather, even if you do the voice scan or not, this one show you exactly which factors you have to concentrate.
Yes.
And it's so interesting that the energy level in your body really help you keep going. um, the first thing that I ask my clients for the fertility, I always ask them, do you have any energy problem, or where are you wasting your energy? Because what happening, too much workload, too much stress, and bad nutrition may make you a lot of energy problem in your body, and
Exactly.
then you need to adjust it. And I love traditional Chinese medicine because that one helped me to get pregnant. With acupuncture and holistic medicine, I could adjust my body. And yes, I believe that everything, every cells in your body related to each other.
Yes, they are. So the mind and body, in our ordinary medical healthcare systems, they tend to compartmentalize things, so the brain, you would only go to a psychologist or, psychotherapy, and you would just deal with that. But then if you've got gut issues, they don't talk about the stress and the things that are causing perhaps the gut issues. They don't connect the dots. So when we're looking at from an energetic point of view, the whole thing is looked at because the whole body is energetic. It's all cells, it's all connected. We don't have a head and a lung and a heart,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, everything is related. And something I always recommend to my clients, maybe it's good for stress reduction, is finding a distraction. If
Yes.
you can find something to create, so a distraction as a creator, because there are lots of distraction out there, bad distraction, I'm telling you, because you can use alcohol as distraction, you can use uh, drug. So these are not good distraction. You can use, the point is you need to uh, restore your energy to something that you are really passionate about, and again you have focus energy, because you right now you have a lot of thoughts in your mind and it's so dispersed everywhere. But if you can find a way to create something and again use your energy in that creation level, then you're going to get back there again, and your stress going to be reduced. You have a better reproductive functions, and you have a better life, like health as well.
Yes, absolutely. There's just one little story that I had a client a while back who was really, really stressed, had a lot of worry and anxiety. So, what came up for him was, first of all, the spleen. Well, the spleen carries all of the worry and stress, it gets impacted. But we went through some stress management with him. And it was 2 weeks after we'd done a scan. I spoke to him again, asked him how he was, and he says, well, just a day or two before, he had been having problems with heart pain in his heart area. It's going down his arm, and he really thought he was having a heart attack. So they called the doctor and called the ambulance, and they took him off to the hospital. Where they took some blood and did the monitoring, kept him in overnight. And the next morning they came and they said, everything's fine, you can go home. So he thought, people don't believe me. It was real. Didn't know what was going on. But they said, no, we've checked out your heart. Your heart is functioning absolutely fine. There's no abnormalities in your blood. It's probably just stress. Just go home and rest. So the next time when I was speaking to him, we went back to the mind body, and I showed you with all of the numbers and said high numbers are 4. And there in one of the screens was a high number 4 exactly in the heart area. Now, this was 2 weeks prior to him being admitted to hospital. Now, clearly his heart was fine, which was a good thing. It had all been checked out, his blood's been checked out, but it was showing as the dense energy 2 weeks earlier. So unless we address those high number 4s, that energy can go on to manifest as physical symptoms and can go on to cause perhaps chronic conditions. So this is really looking ahead to see how we can work with what's happening in our bodies now and hopefully bring the stress levels down, bring awareness to this, we don't
Yeah.
need to was there. He had no.
Prevention is much better than
Absolutely.
treatment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. As soon as you just get a sign, you have to be suspicious about your body.
Yes.
Because I see a lot of clients. They see my period finally. I mean, it changed, and I said, and I didn't really notify it. I just ignore it. I said maybe it's normal, but it was not normal, you know. So whatever in your body is a sign, don't ignore it, because after sometimes they accumulate together and then they cause big problem. Because I see cancer patients. I talked to one of these medical doctors, and she said, if you see somebody has a cancer, you have to realize that she has a lot of problem ahead before cancer, and they didn't notify it. They didn't realize it. And when you see the sign of cancer, it means you had this problem long, long time ago.
Exactly. That's exactly right. But when we
Yes,
get symptoms, we tend to think, okay, I've got pain, I've got something wrong. We go to the doctor, and the doctor will give you a medication that will suppress those symptoms. And
yes,
really, it's the wrong thing to do, because that is your body's warning sign. You wouldn't dream of just blocking a light on your car if it was a warning light on your car. Covering it over with a bit of tape is not going to solve the problem. But that's what
exactly,
we're actually doing in our bodies, and it's so wrong, because then it
exactly.
gets worse.
Thank you so much, Valerie. I just go to your website here, Lily White Therapies, is it? So,
It's
what is this website and what do you do there?
my website. Well, it's a website that I put together myself, so please don't look for a professional website. But I'm hopefully in the near future going to get some help with sorting that out. Um, so I do see clients. I have got a scheduling calendar there. But if anybody would like to just try out the voice scan, we can post the link to this. And I think that you have it. If not, let me know. I don't know how to. Technology is not my thing, as you can see.
I can do it now. It's better we do it now.
Okay,
Okay, what is it?
I can't remember. It's a funny link, but it's the one that I sent to you when you
Maybe I can help. Is it? No, it's not. Yeah, you send it to me before.
did send it to you before.
I
The one
can.
that you used.
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing this NES?
Ness, I've been a Ness practitioner now for 3 years.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And
Great.
it's just, the proof's all there. The science is all there. If people do want to try it out, then obviously they have to open their account, so that they have somewhere to view the scans.
I
But
see.
there is so much else in this account. There's some beautiful imprinted music in there. There is some recipes and exercises. There's some films, videos, podcasts. There is
Yeah,
some
I saw that website. There are lots of great information there.
great stuff.
Okay,
Yes.
let me I guess I found it. I'll put it here in the comment.
I'm sorry, I should have
Can you
pre.
see it?
But yeah, the link which will get you to the page to open your account.
Yeah.
Anybody can just open an account and find the scan button, follow it through, do the scan. The scan won't come immediately to you. It will come immediately to me as a practitioner.
Can you see it now?
Uh, yeah, that looks right.
Hmm.
Yeah, not that it will don't mix it in with the website. You don't need the website, just that link.
Okay, yes.
Okay, don't mix it up. Just need the link, which will open the page so that they can open their account, do the scan. The scan will come to me. Then I will send an email inviting you to go through the scan. But I also
Okay.
open the screens for you, because
You
I have, as a practitioner, I have a lot more screens than you have, a lot more.
I see.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Valerie, for being here. Hopefully, everybody could use this information for themselves. Again, uh, I'm not the NES practitioner. I'm not professional, so I don't know about this. That's your option if you want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I wish you a lot of success in what you're doing and a lot of good health.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.